I might just be the biggest threat to society, because I am out here looking like Rufus, Ron Stoppable's naked mole rat. Just like the country of the United States of America. In this video, we're gonna be evolving, just backwards. We are gonna be taking a step into my very first Animal Crossing town. I was searching through my different memory cards, and it has actually come to my attention that my actual very first Animal Crossing town no longer exists. Thankfully for me, my 8-year-old self could not get enough Animal Crossing GameCube, so I have multiple towns. And although it is not my first, it is a close second, and we're going to be taking a deep dive into it and feast our eyes on the greatest specimen to ever inhabit this planet, and that is Animal Crossing GameCube. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into this before all the turnips that I bought rot. Quite literal music to my ears. Oh! You cannot tell me that this intro does not slap! If this is not the soundtrack to your life, you're doing it wrong. This is a bop. When they talk about music saving your life, I assume this is what everyone is referring to. That beat drop! Who is the composer? I would like to pay him respect. Respect, am I right, y'all? Wanna go for round 2, everybody? I will literally fight to my death to defend Animal Crossing GameCube soundtrack as the best soundtrack to bless us with its presence. I promised you a video, so that's what we're gonna do. Ah! Hello, so you're all ready to go out on the town, honey? Oh, I am a original Maple stan. The proof is in the pudding, or should I say, the honey. Ugh. It's 12:34 p.m. on July 26th, 2020 in Slot A's winter. Shall we get started? What's your native? Fruitly! Yes. By the way, what's your name again? My name is Pal. Ha! Pal! That's right. Pal, of course I remember. I could never forget you. Alright, I need to get things ready for you. It will only take a second, so hold on. Thank you for waiting. I hope you enjoy your time in winter. Maple, let me get that makeup routine. I'm literally having the time of my life. I know I say that for everything, but I mean it this time. Okay, where do I even start? What a specimen to lay my eyes on. Am I right or am I right? There is no wrong here. I am only right. I could literally sit here and do this all day. I'm telling you, I'm not kidding. Okay. How many times can I say okay until we get started? Okay. Welcome to my first Animal Crossing town. Let me take you on a quick tour. Let me show you around. You are the guest, and I am the concierge. I am the hostess with the mostest. Here you see all of our houses laid out in our own little town square. Now, you can have up to 4 characters living in your Animal Crossing town at once in each of these 4 different homes. Unlike new Animal Crossing games, you did not get to choose the location or to have too many customization options for your home. The biggest house you could get was, yep, feast your eyes, that is a big boy. The biggest boy you would ever see in this game. 3 stories. You got your first story, your basement, and your second story. I don't care if you think the sound of this mailbox is obnoxious. To me, it is the sweet, soothing orchestra of 1,000 butterflies tickling my inner ear. Thank you so much. In the center of our town square, we have the same tablet that Moses speaks about in the Bible, because, you know, this is the caveman days. Here is our notice board where we would etch with our chisel and hammer our fishing tournament and fireworks show schedule into for all of our village. And while we're here, why not do a house tour? Ah! Oh my god, there are just so many great things happening at once. And I am talking about the cockroaches. I don't think I have left my current Animal Crossing island long enough to see if cockroaches do spawn in your home like they did in the old Animal Crossing. But let us pay respects. Wait, you guys have never seen a gyroid before, aside from Lloyd, who takes your public works projects donations for. This is a gyroid. Shameless plug. But in one of my Animal Crossing conspiracy theory videos, we actually touch on these guys, and they're not as cute and innocent as they may seem to your naked eye. And this naked mole rat, am I right? They used to come in different sets, so you can see that these are all different colors. They're actually all part of their own group of 3. When you would purchase all 3 gyroids and put them together so they would make their sound, it would actually line up and synchronize to make a song. Raw talent, if you ask me. This whole furniture set is actually a mixture of the cool furniture set, maybe it's the modern furniture set, the cabin wall, and we have a classic hutch right here. One thing that is a little bit disappointing from New Horizons is the lack of furniture sets that we have access to. There's like 5 maybe, when in reality, longtime Animal Crossers like myself know that the possibilities are endless. Oh! Oh my god, you guys are having party without me! R.I.P. F's in the chat to pay respect. This is just bringing a whole wave of emotions over me. Like, why did I stop playing this game? One day, I turned off my GameCube, thinking I would be back soon, and I just never did. Come back, that is. I have my NES over here, my little GameCube emblem, my TV. Let's take a look. You are not a true 90s baby if this actual TV set did not exist in your actual house. Actually. And you are not a true 90s baby if you did not need to adjust your antenna on the TV to get all your favorite channels. Those of you who've time traveled in Animal Crossing, which is against the law, it's forbidden, you're probably gonna go to hell. Oh, but it's not me who's condemning you. It is Mr. Rossetti, because he is the Animal Crossing god. This is actually a piece of furniture from the Snowman set that you will be so pleasantly surprised with when wintertime rolls around. That is, unless you live in the Southern Hemisphere. No tea, no shade. But yeah, this is my humble abode, the second story, and let me show you guys the basement, because storage did not exist back in Animal Crossing GameCube. We actually used our basement for a basement and storage. Here I have my Christmas tree, my sweet Animal Crossing outfits. Let me flex on you with that drip. Am I right, ladies? My birthday cake. Oh my god, my fishing pole. How flippin' cute. So the floor plan is quite large. I would get really creative with the cabana screens, similar to how people use the simple panel in New Horizons, and I would actually create like little rooms and divide them into like a bathroom, a kitchen, a living room. We'll never get to see that. And for now, it is just folklore, but I promise it existed. Let's check my mail! Also not an issue that anybody now faces. But look, I could only hold 15 letters in my pockets, so I would have to go through all of them, toss out what I didn't want, and store what I did want to keep at the post office. But we'll touch on that later. So let's take a minute and actually discuss the real issues at hand. I would love to see a protest for the inequality that is the lack of spaces in my pockets. You know, we didn't get to trade our Nook miles to expand our pocket space. 15 items, and we are at maximum capacity, my friends. My items cannot properly social distance in this climate, and that is something to speak up about. Oh my god, lookbook! Am I right, y'all? OOTD. Let's read our letter from Crazy Red. Crazy Red's coming. Crazy Red here. I'm just writing to let you know that I'm crazy. Oh, and I'll be in your neighborhood on November 23rd at 6 p.m. Get ready for insane deals. Well, we're about 6, 7, 9, 10 months too late. If you want to know a little more of the backstory of Crazy Red, check out my last video. I'm not expecting you guys to stay here and go through the rest of my mail with me. So let's go ahead and continue the tour. My dearest Porter, how it has been some time. This is where you used to get to take the memory lane train to different towns. So like I stated earlier, I had multiple memory cards with multiple towns on them. If you were to put the two memory cards next to each other in your GameCube, you could actually take Porter's train to and from the other towns that you created. And if you had friends who played Animal Crossing, they could always bring their memory card over to your house, plug it into your GameCube, and you could then travel to their town. This was super helpful if you wanted to get fruits that weren't native to your town. And our town map! Something else that we didn't have too much control over was our town layout, as well as where your villagers decided to place their homes. Also, the amount of villagers, looks like 10, was no cap. Am I right, y'all? The towns also used to be divided into acres. You would use the letters on the side and the numbers on the top to describe where a certain building or certain fossil or buried treasure might be located. So for example, Tom Nook's is located in Acre A5. Speaking of Tom Nook, he might just be our next stop on the memory lane train. But first, of course, I can't think of a better time than now to stop at the dump. Similar to my YouTube channel, this is where things go to die. Every so often, someone will drop by to pay a little visit, maybe leave something nice, but sooner or later, it reverts to its original self, which is trash. Very similar to the recycle bin that you would see in New Horizons, this is where your villagers would go and drop off anything that they didn't need. And you could then come, drop off things yourself, or take anything that you see as intriguing. One man's trash is another man's treasure. This is the epitome of that. I guess the same can't be said about my channel. Moving on! Oh boy! Ah! DJ, turn it up! I'm sorry, is this the Coachella main stage? I think I've lost control of my body. Is this what it feels like to be on drugs? Whew. I am not as young and limber as I used to be. You know who else isn't? Tom Nook. I promised to visit. Nook's cranny, Nook's fanny. No way, Nook way! The man, the myth, the legend, and his oh so famous catchphrase that is, feel free to browse, but try not to carouse. Ho ho. Listen, Tom Nook, that is a look. I am all for that. Balls out, balls to the wall, nothing under that apron look. The most courageous and brave man I've ever met. Your acorns must be hanging low, sweet chariots. Oh wait, he's a raccoon. Oh my god! Are you flippin' kidding me? Yeah, I absolutely need that. My pockets are full. Okay, can we talk about this paint can right here? You used to have to buy this paint can to change the color of your roof. Able Sisters who? No. Tom Nook was the true fashion icon, as you can see, of the original Animal Crossing. You want the latest threads? You've come to the right place. I don't know how many years it'll be until I come back, so I'm definitely taking in this moment. If I'm gonna get COVID, it better be right now, because I am more than happy to die here. You can try and pry my dead body from this establishment, but good luck in being successful. Thank you so much, Tom Nook, for the tour. Thank you so much for always blessing us with your dashing good looks. Thank you. No, thank you. I feel like Tom Nook has a little bit of a Benjamin Button thing going on. Like, he's aging, but backwards. I feel like he's lost some weight. He really got on that anti-aging cream. Hey, y'all! What the flip is up? That is some hot chicken, am I right, y'all? So, cool thing about the original Animal Crossing is your villagers actually didn't need to be inside of their houses for you to pay a visit. They just had to be in the same acre or vicinity of their home for you to step inside. Why don't you stay out here and cool off, Ava? Don't even get me started on how villagers' houses used to be so much cooler. Ava's really coming in howling with this cabin wall, cabin flooring, cabin bed, cabin clock, and cabin table. Can we take a minute and pay some respects to all of the fallen villagers who did not see the horizon that is New Horizons? All we can do now is put some F's in the chat and hope that they received severance packages. The memory lane train is pulling out. That's what she said. I haven't had this much fun since literally 2 seconds ago. Fun! Your old town used to be in 2 tiers. That was the standard for everybody. Unlike New Horizons, you were not given the opportunity to choose the location of any of your bridges or inclines. There was no terraforming, there was no relocation of buildings. I'm telling you, this was quite literally the caveman days, where we wore cloths over our genitals and let them swing low sweet chariots. And if there was ever a nip slip, you best believe Copper and Booker would be the first to hear of this. Good day to you. Well, aren't we a busy little bee buzzing to and fro? Commendable behavior. Tell me, how can Officer Copper be of assistance? Honestly, Copper and Booker would absolutely have already arrested those that killed Breonna Taylor. Any goings on? You ask about goings on? Well, on August 1st, the police station will be running our VIP campaign, Bust Illegal Parkers. Pal, I hope you have not been involved in any sort of illegal parking activity whatsoever. Ah, you don't even own an automobile, do you? I must beg your pardon. You are a gentleman and a scholar, Copper. Let's flip and go in. Oh, sure, yes. Every item here is lost. I mean, we don't know who owns them. The items. You can take anything, I think. The same kids who would take illegal samples from the sweet factory are the ones that would also come into the lost and found and claim items that were not theirs. Although I was not the first, I was definitely the latter. Oh, that's a country guitar, I think. So would that be yours? Absolutely. Oh, yes, of course. You can take it, of course. That's fine. Go ahead. It shouldn't be a problem, I think. I bet you Booker and Copper go through more than 800 hours of training. Thank you for stopping by. Absolutely. That indeed was the memory lane train, letting us know that our next stop is definitely the Able sisters, who are probably the last people to want to take a trip down memory lane. If you know, you know. Hi there, come on in. Welcome to Able Sisters, where you are the famous fashion designer. Oh my god. I want you to take a good, hard look at all 8 of these patterns. The only patterns that the Able sisters would carry, unless you yourself decided to make your own custom design. In that case, you would put it on display, and your villagers could sometimes be seen wearing them. However, these did come at a cost. Oh, yes? What do you need? Design a pattern. Oh, you want to create your own design? Great. It'll cost 350 bells for materials. Of course, that's okay, right? Oh, and you can only keep 8 designs. So you'll have to give up one of the patterns you have now. Is that okay? Alright, listen up. I know all of you out there with your cottagecore, fairy islands think you're the top dogs, but let me tell you, you would not last one single day in my world, because I will tell you, you are absolutely nothing without all of your custom designs. So yeah, I'd like to see you last a day in my shoes here in the GameCube Animal Crossing with only 8 patterns. You can't, you won't. My grandma is being regurgitated through me. Back in my day! What I'm not gonna do is show you guys what that looks like. I just wanted to give you an idea of how life wasn't always so easy. Well, what you can do is learn what a hairbrush is, and Sable, your personality is about as dead as your parents. That was so mean. I'm so sorry. I take that back. Thanks again. You come back now. They're so sweet. We stand the Able sisters. So much talent. Support small businesses. I wasn't lying in my Tinder profile when I said I enjoyed long walks on the beach. I was definitely talking about this beach, and it was definitely like 10 years ago. This whole video is the history of our ancestors. But what better place to really take a deep dive into that than the museum? With this breathtaking and astounding ray of light, I can really feel God in this museum this afternoon. This is proof in itself that there is life after death, and it is the Animal Crossing Museum. Oh my god, Blathers! What time is it? I'm so very sleepy. Oh dear me, 1,000 pardons. So terribly sorry. I'm afraid I'm a bit of a night owl, yes? Oh my god, I bet, honestly. Can we just take a minute to appreciate young Blathers? He was probably out on the town all night, asking all the hens and honeys out there how they liked their eggs in the morning. Am I right, y'all? Yes, well, by the by, might there be something in which I can assist you? So take a look at all of the options that Blathers gives you. Notice how assessing fossils is not one of them. Back in my day, you used to have to mail your fossils directly to the museum, where they would then send them back to you after being assessed. It wasn't until later games that Blathers actually got his credentials and his qualifications to assess fossils himself, which then took out that middleman, as you would see today in New Horizons. Yes, very well then. Please, take as much time as you like, and be sure to enjoy your visit. Oh my god! I used to think Free Willy was my favorite ocean movie, but this takes the cake. Are you kidding me? Oh! A bar knife jaw! A sea bass! Wow, I guess the only disappointment here is me for not filling up these tanks with fish. And it's not like there's a lot in here, so I have literally no excuse. This is literally how all of my little crusty cousins would be walking up to me at family gatherings. You know, with the wet Cheetos in their hands, all dusty. Disgusting. Before I dig up any more of those memories, let's go ahead and head to our final stop on this tour. You know, Blathers talks a big game about how his museum is so expensive, but it looks like they might have cut some corners with that self-portrait. The roof over this establishment is great at keeping the weather out, but not so great at keeping the gossip in. Usually, it's a mug's job to hold the most tea. But in this case, it's actually the post office. The only thing steamier than a sauna is absolutely the love triangle. That is Phyllis, Pelly, and Pete. Welcome. How can I help you? Welcome to the post office. Contrary to what I might have made you believe, it's not just a building that holds Animal Crossing's greatest gossiping secrets. It is also a place where you can send letters, save letters, and pay off your debts to Mr. Nook. And I will say, the only bill larger than Pelly's is Pete's when he decides to take either of them out on a date. But we'll save that for a future video. Oh really? Come back anytime. Okay. I know I told you that was going to be the last stop on our memory lane train, but before we pull into the station, I want to take you guys to one final stop. Oh my god! Was this not worth the wait? Oh, if it isn't Pal again. How nice, honey. Oh my god, Maple was wearing mom jeans before they were cool. So tell me, Pal, what did you want, honey? Okay, whenever you would talk to your villagers in the original Animal Crossing, you used to be able to do them favors. You could plant flowers for them, trees, or even deliver different items to different villagers if they had presents for them. But that's not what we're gonna do right now. We just came to have a nice little chat with our old dear friend Maple. Pal, you've got a country guitar, right? Oh my god, she knows! I mean, I really want one, but Tom's always out of them whenever I go, honey. Do you think you'd sell it to me for 3,000 bells or exchange it for a white pawn? Absolutely. Yay, you're so awesome. I can't believe you'd sell that thing to me for only 3,000 bells. Well, here you go. 3,000 bells as promised, honey. A woman of her word. I'm just glad I had enough money on me. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Maple on the next cover of Gracie Grace because she is serving looks. Oh, absolutely, we're gonna tour Maple's house. Absolutely. Oh. Wow, I actually kind of wish I hadn't. There were a lot of things going through my mind right now. One of them being taxidermy. Another one being a little too inappropriate to say on this channel. Listen, Maple, as long as you don't ask me where I got that guitar, then I promise I know nothing about what's in your house. Oh, pal, again, how wonderful for me. Tom Nook's acorns were not the only things that dropped in this video. Yeah, so what do you want? But can we also talk about the savagery that once were the Animal Crossing villagers? Well, quit wasting my time. Exhibit A. It's always so intriguing to know and uncover where your ancestors came from and the history of them. I know for me, I enjoyed painting that picture for you, but I hope you guys enjoyed just as much. To say that new Animal Crossing players are spoiled is an understatement, but to say they were missing out would be an even bigger understatement. It's super important that we understand the history and evolve from it, which is exactly what we've done, and what I hope we continue to do with the state of our country. Continue to stand up and speak up for what you believe in and for what is right. If you guys want to see me tour even more of my Animal Crossing towns, whether that is City Folk, Wild World, or New Leaf, let me know. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, please join me for the most delightful outro, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.